PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the International Challenge. Always great to be in Troon, Scotland, at the Royal Troon Golf Club, founded in 1878. Frank, it is a golf course, true links. It's bathed in history. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Slight waggle. Relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
Frank, that's a par. And onward we go. Let's go down now to hole number 13. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Pure strike, good result.
And that is close.
Getting set now over the putt. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in. Even par, currently.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
Yeah, don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
This is a good-looking shot. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Shouldn't be a problem here. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Now playing the second here at the par 4. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. But he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Frank, that looked good to me.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. And with that, 1 under par. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the International Challenge. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good contact, good result. Frank, at a 72-hole stroke play event, do you like birdie fests where, say, 28, 30 under par might win it, or do you like a good old-fashioned grind them out where you might be able to win the championship at, say, 7, 8 under par?
Yeah, I like the latter, really, because I think it tests the mental fortitude. Normally, if people are, in the mid-20s under, the golf course is a little easier, it's a little more forgiving, greens are flatter and all that, and therefore, I'm not saying it's one-dimensional, but it's closer to that. When you have a good old barn brawn out there with the rough thick and bunkers are difficult and greens are fast and undulating, every part of your game is stressed to the limit. And, sort of 10 under, I always think, is like a really good litmus test for a great tournament.
In for par. Frank, the 8th hole, it is one of the most famous in the world, the little postage stamp, par 3.
Yeah, the front part of this green's the widest, Rich. Then it starts to narrow up, so you never know. Maybe going a little lower if you're going to go towards the back of the green. But really, if you're going to err, you want to err on that first half of the screen.
Yeah, you don't want to come in too hot and roll it off the back. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that, but it's not that you're trying to carry it, it's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. So a little slow out of the gates, but now Frank's starting to pick it up.
Yeah, and into the ebb and flow of the game. We know you can't hit good shots all the time, so if you can just ride out the little bad patches like now, things can still get up very quickly.
See how they do on this approach. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Come on, don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
He needs this for par. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. This can be a cruel game at times. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, please tell me that I'm not supposed to aim at the gorse on the left side here at 11.
Oh, yes, you do, Rich, but you better keep that ball in the air, and it better stay in the air for a long time. That's the line to the fairway. This is a long par 4.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Second shot. Good look at the green. This one has a chance to be close. On the green, and a chance for a birdie. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
And things are starting to tighten up right now. We'll see where the next move comes from.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
It's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners were all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3/8. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, had a little ace there, all televised too, and it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career.
Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is a really good shot, landing close to the flagstick. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. Third place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Third shot, looking for a good one. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Frank, you've played in and contended at so many major championships. It's not a major if the finishing hole doesn't present a real challenge. What do you think of Royal Troon's finishing hole?
Well, it's not just the 18th hole, Rich, too. It's 16, 17, and 18, because the prevailing breeze, especially at the Open Championship time of the year, which is the second week in July, is normally back into it. So you look at that 464 yards, that's well bunkered off the tee, 3 on the left, 1 on the right, into a puffer breeze, and you've got yourself a great finishing hole.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
And a pep in the stride.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the International Challenge. Frank, through the years, there have been some great winners at the Open Championship played at Royal Troon.
Well, just in recent history, remember Mark Kalkovecchia in the playoff with Wayne Grady and Greg Norman. There was also Todd Hamilton when he beat Ernie Els in the 4-hole playoff. And back in 1996, Justin Leonard was to win his Open Championship.
Tom Watson also won an Open Championship here. Tom Weiskopf, his only major, that was 1973. The great Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke, they all won at Royal Troon. .315. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? There's another birdie and another move on that leaderboard. 10 under par for the tournament. Now the lone par 5 on the back nine, the 16th, and while you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options off the tee, Frank?
Well, really, there's only one option, and that's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that makes that 540 yards play that much longer. Second shot.
Not his best, but not his worst. It just got away a little bit to the right. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh, I thought he had that.
You want to know the difference between good scores and average scores? That.
Right there. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Final par 3 here at Royal Troon. It's the 17th, and what kind of a hole is it, Frank?
Well, this takes your best long iron shot. Normally plays back into the prevailing breeze. You miss this green on the left, it will run all the way down the hill. The bunkers might look short, but if your tee shot isn't hit properly, it'll puff up into that breeze and certainly find a pot bunker.
Birdie try up next. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
That's a solid par putt. Frank, the right fairway bunker ruined Greg Norman's chance at the 1989 Open Championship here at Royal Troon.
Yeah, pulled out driver, and there's one bunker down the right side. It had a perfect tee shot, what looked like it was perfect. Somehow it managed to run all the way down there and behind the lip. And, of course, the rest is history.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, obviously here at 18, you do not want to be long.
Yeah, err on the side of caution here. You're exactly right. You'd rather be 30 feet short of this flag than 30 feet over the back of the screen, because it might just be out of bounds.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity to win the International Challenge.
Good read, good line, well played.
Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present opening round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Well, this is one of my favorite tournaments of the year. It's the EA Sports Spring Invitational, and just a stunning golf course. It's Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, we're in for quite a day.
We are. We're going to see the decision-making processes of some of the fine players out there today. And the reason why I say that, Rich, is because there's so much elevation here at Wolf Creek. So you're going to have to make those adjustments on the downhill and the uphill. Club selection decisions. And of course, the one that does that the best is more than likely the one that's going to come out on top. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie. Even par currently.
Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. Young star makes his birdie. Short par 4, 16th hole, measures only 393 yards. But Frank, as is the case with pretty much every hole, despite the yardage, there's plenty of trouble.
It does. It plays tricks on the mind's eye here. It looks like it's a dog leg going one way, then back the other way. But really, it's built as a straight hole just across the canyon. And that's the way you've got to play it. I don't think you can drive the green, even the longest hitters at 393 yards. But just a nice drive down there. Take the bunkers on, get it past there, and then before you know it, you've got a little wedge in here, and it should sit up nicely for a birdie. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies.
And yet another birdie, this time inching into the top 5.
Frank, this is really a cool closing stretch here at Wolf Creek. Short par 3 15th, the short 4 at the 16th, and now the par 5 17th. You can make up some ground in a hurry as you come down the finishing stretch.
You certainly can. A good drive short of the little stream creek that runs across there, and this is doable as a 2-shotter. You find the bunkers or trouble off the tee, then obviously you're forced to lay up, leaving that 3rd shot across the water. But really a fun hole if you want to try and take that 2nd shot on.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Playing his 2nd shot here at the par 5. Good swing, good shot yet again. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's no snack, though.
Hear the noise from up here in our commentary box. Crowd goes wild after that eagle.
Well, just when you think struggling for a top 10, 1-hole eagle, now in the top 5.
Now the closing hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, what's ahead of us?
You could try and drive at this green, but there's too much trouble, really, Rich. Even though this hole's just over 300 yards, it's very ambitious to try and drive it across that water. Some might try. Most people try and hit a tee shot 240, 250 yard mark, and of course you do the maths, you're only going to have 60 or 70 yards in, and well, they want you to finish on a good note. So a good drive in the fairway here, or 3-wood, pitch it on the green, make a 3, and buy your friends a drink in the clubhouse.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
So the final approach shot here at Wolf Creek Golf Club, Frank, you want to make it a good one.
A good drive, just a short wedge in here. Everything slopes back towards the player. Relatively skinny green that sort of does slope left to right. You judge that pitch shot. Ideally, you'd like to hit it in a little low. Try and bounce it towards the flag, maybe with a little bit of spin on the tail end of it. Get the crowd happy.
Birdie try up next. And getting ready for the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just a couple of feet. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. There you have it, Frank. The first round is a wrap. We saw some good golf out there.
It was certainly a fun round to watch. There's a lot of great players in this field, and this is such an exciting venue. I just can't wait to see what happens the rest of the championship.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present second round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Today we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo set to bring you all of the action for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. And Frank, what can the players expect from Wolf Creek?
Just a mesmerizing layout, Rich. You can see that from above. Straight driving is imperative out there today. You actually don't have to hit the ball a long way. The elevation on those tees is going to give you that extra distance on almost every shot. You can even take driver out of play on some of the holes. But really it's about being in the right position first on those tee shots that you're going to hit today.
Our featured golfer has made it to the 13th hole. Let's pick up the action right there. Steady play, good enough to get to the weekend, but Frank, is it good enough to get to the top of the leaderboard?
I think a lot will depend on what happens on Saturday, but right now there's enough good in the game. I'm just curious why we're not seeing the spark.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. Here's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. Frank, briefly educate us on course slope rating.
Yeah, it's a system that goes along with our handicap system, so you can compare one golf course to another. If you played a very, very flat golf course, it would have a relatively low slope rating. So when you use that with your handicap, that would figure it out. So if you decided to go and play Wolf Creek and it has a slope rating of 154, that's factored into how difficult it is to chip and putt around this golf course and how much of the elevation affects your golf score. And that's really to equate golf all over the world.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. That's a bogey. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf.